하면 될까요? 수업을 알려드릴게요.
아니요, 어차피 저희가 따로 할 거라서.
그러면 제가 통역을 해드릴 수는 없고 나중에 하시고 나서 해드리는 게 낫잖아요. 지금 제가 이거를 막
저희가 답변을
그러면은 제가 물어보세요. 네, 질문. 그러면은 이 질문을 하시면은 그 질문을 제가 여쭤보면 되는 거예요? 아니면 직접 여쭤보시겠어요? 그게 제 질문이었어요.
여기서 질문하면은 질문 먼저 한 번에 한 번만 하시는 거예요.
네네.
그러니까 질문 먼저 막 한국어로
왜냐면
하고.
이분이 영어 진짜 잘하시더라고요.
네?
그래가지고 내가 내려가서 들었는데
깜짝 놀랐어요.
그래가지고 그러면 제가 질문할 필요가 없네.
다들 좀.
We'll get this done. It will work. Lee, it will work. Your first name? O? O? Just O, nice. And that's easy, I can remember O.
Kim.
Kim? Kim, I Kim?
Yes.
Lee, O, Kim.
Just call me June, please.
Ju?
June.
June.
Yes.
June, Lee, Kim, O. Got it. Perfect. No problem.
I might not have to translate your answer, so that's good.
So what was the first question they sent you?
So they're asking what the visit is.
Oh, okay. Did you want me to answer? Yeah. Okay.
그럼 먼저 물어보시고 그다음에
네. 한국에 방문하신 한국에 방문하신 이유가 무엇인가요?
What is the purpose of your visit?
The purpose of my visit is to work with ProPac and utilize the technology they have and understand how we can take that technology back to North America and Europe and utilize the amazing opportunities that they have created in other parts of the world.
해외 생분해성 플라스틱의 시장 크기가 어떤가요?
What is the market size of the biodegradable plastics overseas?
Well, that's an interesting question. I actually have it here. So the global market plastic size is valued at about 593 billion in 2021. And the interesting thing is that it's expected to grow at about a compounded annual growth rate of 3.7%. So you're expecting to see it in 2030 about 750 billion. But bioplastics size and share was only valued at 10.3 billion in 2021, but it's expected to reach 12.9 billion in 2022, and it's expected to reach 30 billion by 2030. It's growing at a compounded rate of 17.56%. So what you're seeing is you're seeing traditional plastics are still growing, but bioplastics are growing at a 5 times faster rate.
그럼 한국과 다르게 실질적으로 생분해 과정이 원활하게 이루어져 있나요?
Unlike Korea, because Korea is not very good at changing out the bioplastic, conventional plastics with bioplastic. So are other countries like Canada and the US, are they better at doing this movement from changing out the conventional plastic with biodegradable?
Sure. So, if you think about plastic is a big issue for our environment. So we have to do something, especially for your generation, the younger generation. We cannot continue to use as much plastic as we are because it never goes away. So in North America, where I've come from, they used to ship their plastics to China and Vietnam, and they've stopped doing that. The governments of China and Vietnam have stopped the plastics coming in. So now they have to address it. So they're banning certain plastics. So in North America, you're seeing plastics, the government banning the plastics from plastic bags. They're banning, they will ban plastic water bottles. They will ban, and it's just because the cost is so much greater than they can to return them. And recycling isn't that big it's not that important when you consider that only 7% of all the plastic produced is recycled. So, and it's actually growing, the plastic is growing and the recycling isn't catching up. So bioplastics are the future, and that's what we have to look at. We have to address what's the importance of the future, especially for my daughter and your future children, that we cannot continue to do the same thing.
그럼 한국은 제도적으로 미흡함이 있는데 해외의 경우 어떤 대표적인 규제가 있을까요?
대표적인 규제라는 뜻은 그 정쪽에서 하는데 좀 안쪽으로 그런 거 말씀이신가요?
안토조약보다 좀 제도적으로 미흡한 뭐
So there are institutional deficiencies, the government regulation that's is lacking in Korea. But are there some? Do you see anything that could be better in Canada or in the North American market?
Yeah, so what's happened, can we ask that question again? So can you just ask it a little louder?
Okay, I'm sorry. There are institutional deficiencies, meaning the government's not really pushing these regulations, so there's lack of those like push. Do you see anything that? But there are a lot more. The regulations are better in North America. Do you see any like improvements that they can make to their regulations?
Well, it's a cost. So it's the cost, right? So how much does it cost to handle the garbage? How much does it cost? Plastic is very cheap to make. It's very expensive to go away. So, I don't know how to say that, but so what's happening in Canada in particular, the cost is on taking the plastic away is greater than the cost of production. So that's a government decision. It's costing them too much money to handle the garbage. So in Canada, we're making very prominent decisions to deal with plastic. In the United States, it's done by state. It's not a federal government that's doing it. So in New Jersey, for example, they have very different plastic rules as in California. So the rules are changing by state. What I see in Europe and what I see globally is that we have a microplastic issue within the ocean. So we know that by 2050, there's going to be more plastic in the ocean than fish. We know that we consume about a credit card of plastic in humans. That has to stop. So technology like ProPack has provides us with the ability to change that and move forward. Now, there's no perfect solution. ProPack is a very good solution, and it's one that we have to address. But in today's world, we have to really make solutions quickly, and we have to make decisions quickly, because as you can see, it's hot out there. Where I come from, there's forest fires, there's floods, and it's really very challenging to deal with that because it's just starting. It's only going to get worse.
그러면 생분해성 플라스틱이 발전하면 탄소 중립에 큰 기여를 하고 있는.
Does development of biodegradable plastic does it contribute greatly to the carbon neutrality?
I think what we're seeing on the carbon issue, that plastics will have a carbon impact. What I understand about ProPack's carbon footprint is lower than traditional plastics. It's not at zero, but when you weigh out all the things that are going on, it's much more favorable to use a bioplastic, a ProPack plastic, because it's just the two things is that you've got a carbon issue, which we address. It's a lower carbon issue, but you also have a garbage issue, and that we can't afford that plastic in our environment, especially in the oceans.
Sweet.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was, you got me on the first word.
What are your thoughts on the developmental potential of the biodegradable plastics in Korea?
Well, I think Korea, if I'm not mistaken, the per capita consumption of plastic is very high in Korea. It's one of the highest for a developed country. Korea is one of the most unique countries that I've seen is that they have incredible technology. They've made incredible gains as a world exporter. And now it's time for Korea to export goodness, not just products that are disposable. And with the technology that Propak has, Korea can be the world's leader in providing electronic goods, cars, and all these amazing products that this country produces in a more sustainable fashion. And so I think it's up for every country, including Korea, to take its part and reduce the amount of plastic they're putting in there, or use plastics that are going to biodegrade and compost.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
스카이님 혹시 우리 학생들 혹시 잠깐만 사진 하나
Oh, can you take a picture with them?
Sure.
이거 카메라 이렇게 하나씩 그냥 들고 사진 하나 찍으면 좋을 것 같은데 아니 그냥 찍으셔도 돼요. 그냥 찍으셔도 돼요.
Where are we doing this?
Right here, I think. 여기
여기 이렇게 편하게 앉아. 이렇게.
you wanna sit on the
여기 두 칸에
kitchen? I got it.
위층이 아니 위층이.
You sit
Thank you.
second